This week on Eagan AM.
Binge watching all your favorite shows.
Lights for the holidays.
And the Wildcat world of sports.
Live from Studio 1A, this is Eagan AM. Good morning, I'm Lauren Thornton.
And I'm Olivia Daniels. It's here, the winter solstice. For those who are unfamiliar with this event, today marks the shortest day on the longest night of the year in the Northern Hemisphere.
And it will happen exactly at 10:28 this morning. Winter break is just around the corner, which means no school until January 2nd. Procrastination alert. You have only 3 days to find the perfect gifts for your family and friends. Olivia is meeting up with Krister, our last-minute gift guru, in studio to discuss the most efficient ways to complete your shopping.
Hey Krister, thanks for being here today.
Hey Olivia, thanks for having me.
So can you tell me about some of these last-minute gifts?
Yeah, we have the Huffington Post top 5 last-minute gifts. First, we have socks. Socks can be cozy, warm, fuzzy, or even just have funny jokes on them.
I love a good pair of fuzzy socks.
Another gift that we have is hats. Hats can either be funny or cozy, just anything to keep your noggin warm in the winter.
You know, this break is supposed to be -2 for the high, so we're definitely going to need some hats.
And also, another gift that we have are movies and video games. They are a great way to show people who don't like clothing.
You know, I'm not really into games, but I do love a good movie here and there.
And also the last-minute resort gift are gift cards. Gift cards can be for people you don't really know that well, and you just want to give them a gift to show that you know them more, at least more than cash.
Thanks, Krister, for all these great ideas. You definitely saved a lot of Christmases this year. Back to you, Lauren.
Everyone has heard of binge watching, and many of us have caught ourselves watching a show from dusk till dawn.
We sent Ethan to learn more about the causes and effects of binge watching.
According to NBCnews.com, 360,999 other people watched every episode of Stranger Things Season 2 on the day of its release. Also, according to NBCnews.com, a Netflix survey found that 61% of users regularly watch between 2 and 6 episodes of a show in one sitting. With winter break coming up fast, students are going to have a lot of free time on their hands. And how better to spend that time than to catch up on your favorite TV series? We caught up with some binge watchers at EHS to discuss what they consider binge watching, what service they use to binge watch, what shows they binge watch, and why they think binge watching is so addicting.
I believe I am a binge watcher, and that I watch a total probably about 4 hours of Netflix, depending on the day, usually on the weekends.
I am a binge watcher. I just recently watched all of Stranger Things, 9 hours straight.
I use Netflix and Hulu if my brother lets me use his account.
I use Netflix and YouTube.
Right now I am binge watching Dark. It's like a German kind of spin-off of Stranger Things.
To be honest, I've binge watched a lot of shows, 13 Reasons Why, Breaking Bad, The 100, How I Met Your Mother, Friends.
I was just watching BuzzFeed Unsolved, and I watched a lot of Criminal Minds recently.
At the end of every episode, they usually leave off a cliffhanger, and I believe that our mental state is just to keep watching because you want to know what happens next.
We also got a tip that Mr. Dooley, a science teacher here at EHS, is not a fan of binge watching. And of course, we had to ask him if this was true.
Oh, absolutely true. I think it's such a waste of good, valuable time.
We also asked him if he used any streaming services like Netflix or Hulu.
I use both. I use Netflix for any TV series that I like to watch, and I actually have Hulu Live instead of paying for a cable package.
And we also asked for his opinion on why binge watching is so addicting.
Oh, it gets you instant gratification for finishing a season, not having to wait until the next week to watch what happens.
Signing off for Eagan AM, I'm Ethan Estrom.
Thanks, Ethan.
I think we're all guilty of binge watching at some point or another. I personally really love Stranger Things.
You know I'm going to have to get into that show.
Not only can you watch shows at home, you can also go out and watch beautiful light displays all over Eagan.
We send Elsie to the Pegashev household to hear their holiday light story.
'Tis the season for gift giving, cookie baking, and Christmas lights. We all know that one house down the street that goes full out for their Christmas lights. But most people don't understand the amount of effort that goes into creating these fantastic displays. We sat down with the owners of Eagan's brightest house to get an inside look on what it takes to maintain their prestigious reputation in the Eagan Christmas lights community.
How long have I been doing the Christmas light display? Well, a good 30 years. It was started when my oldest daughter, who really liked Christmas lights, and so we put a few out, and then pretty soon it was, could we have a little manger scene? And then from there it just kept growing as, shall we say, a joke on Mom, because the question was, could the kids find something we could add without her knowing we added it? And we often got away with it, so just kind of grew. How long does it take to set up? Everybody asks me that, and I never quite know. This year, I would say it's at least 40 man-hours, maybe 60 man-hours. Vandals show up. Every year, it seems like somebody comes and is upset and either just knocks a bunch of stuff over, which is least repairable. They come with knives and they'll cut cords, so then you got to restring stuff. The vandal this year took out Goldie Gopher. And Goldie Gopher was something my daughter gave me probably 15 years ago. Goldie will no longer be around because there is no replacement for him. Well, the manger scene is still the major piece for us, but Nutcracker Suite and some other things. I mean, they're fun things to have, but it's just kind of our way of stating what we think Christmas is about.
Signing off for Eagan AM, I'm Elsie Gore.
Thanks, Elsie. With the end of 2017 drawing near, we have the top 5 New Year's resolutions that are made pretty much every year.
The most common resolution is to lose weight or stay fit. Coming in at number 2 is to spend less and save more.
The third is to spend more time with family and friends. Number 4 is to get organized.
And lastly, the 5th resolution is to stop procrastinating. Definitely a difficult one.
With all of these difficult tasks, it may seem overwhelming to keep your resolution, but lifehacks.com has 5 tips to keep up with your goals for the new year. Step 1 is to only pick one resolution. Most people make multiple resolutions that are never going to end up being kept.
Step 2 is to plan ahead. Make a goal for yourself so you don't fall off track. Step 3 is to pick a start date and don't procrastinate. Just start your resolution.
Step 4 is to make a commitment towards your goal so you know what you're fighting for. And our last step is to plan rewards. Give yourself something sweet to look forward to. With 2017 soon coming to a close, it's also time to start thinking about which classes you want to sign up for in the 2018-19 school year.
There are a few classes you'll need to do a little extra work for if you want to take them. They include Mentor, Developmental Psychology, and our very own Eagan AM.
For the Mentor Seminar and Field Experience program, you'll need to fill out the application as well as 2 teacher recommendations, both of which are due on Friday, January 6th. Eagan AM's application for those interested in broadcasting is due on January 9th. Email Mr. Saxton if you have any questions.
All applications can be found on Eagan's homepage under 1819 class applications.
Please remember to get your applications in as soon as possible.
And now it's time for the world-famous WCR.
Take it away, Sam.
The gymnastics team has started their season, having 2 meets and 1 tournament. This week we sent the camera crew to film our gymnastics team when they came home for a meet against Rosemount. The Cats looked great with strong performances from the whole team. Shannon McCoy scored high on the bars and Tegan Rambold scored first on floor with a score of 9.65. Sadly, the great performances weren't quite enough as we lost to Rosemount by only 3 points. The girls traveled to the St. Cloud tournament over the weekend and got a season-high team score of 140.7. Last week, we also sadly lost to our rivals from the school with no city, Eastview. Coach Eklund hopes that their strong senior and junior leadership, as well as their great young talent, will build momentum as the season continues after winter break. Their only remaining home meets are January 17th, 23rd, and 27th, so make sure you get out and cheer our girls on. Boys hockey beat Farmington 7-1 with Cole Poplinski and Drew Wilson scoring 2 each. They played North on Tuesday and lost 5-2. Girls hockey is 11-1 on the year and beat Farmington in overtime 3-2 on Saturday and is first in the South Suburban Conference. Boys basketball played Apple Valley and lost 88-43. Wrestling has a dual meet tonight at home against Farmington Eastridge, so go out and show your support. Girls basketball is 1-6 on the year with their victory coming against Bloomington Jefferson 46-38. Just like the boys, they played Apple Valley on Tuesday and lost 54-42. Alpine skiing had their first race of the season on Tuesday. The top performance came from junior Isaac Hofstad, who placed 3rd overall. Well, that's all for the WCR this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sam.
It's going to be cold over break. Stay warm, Wildcats.
We'll see you in 2018.
My wish